Welcome everybody to day 2 of the 30-day challenge, how to make money online. Today, day 2, the topic is going to be blogging. So if you guys didn't watch yesterday, feel free to go back and watch the replay. All of the lives for this 30-day challenge are going to be online, and they're all going to be up. All the live streams are going to be up. So yesterday we talked about affiliate marketing. We talked about how to choose your niche, how to find the right audience, how to target the audience, how to promote the right products and choose the right products, choose best sellers. We even went through and did a live example in Canva of creating a Facebook post in order to promote that. So make sure you run over there and check it out. Go into the channel, go under lives, and then just click on day 1 from yesterday. You're not going to want to miss it. Okay, let's dive into day 2. So how to make money online. We're doing 30 days. Each day is going to be a different business model for how to make money online. So day 2, let's do a brief overview of blogging. So if you're brand new to blogging, that's totally cool. We're going to go over it and get you kind of up to speed here. So what is blogging? So blogging is basically like regularly updating a website or creating like an online journal. And they typically focus on a blog or a website typically focuses on topics such as like travel, fashion, outdoors, technology, or like personal experiences. So we're going to break down a blog into a couple of different key components here. So what's the first component of a blog? When everybody thinks about a blog, they always think about like a blog post, right? So that's kind of the first arm of the entire thing. So the blog post. So what the blog post is it's basically like the main piece of content. So it can include text, it can include images, it can include video, and the posts themselves, like the blog articles, they're usually posted in chronological order. So basically like the newest date down to the latest. So when you go to the website, you're gonna go to the blog, and then everything at the top typically is gonna be the most recent. So and then we have the comments. So the comments section, depending on what hosting platform that you're using, you may or may not actually have comments turned on your articles, which is totally fine. But that's a second part of the blog structure. So that kind of helps to foster an interaction and engagement between the author, the writer, and the community or the people that are reading it, the readers. So okay, next we have categories and tags. So these are kind of interchangeable. They're kind of like very similar. So basically, they're basically tools to organize your post and to make it easier for readers to find related content. So for example, if you let's just say you have an outdoors blog and you want to do a whole subsection on maybe like hunting or fishing or something of that sort, and you want to keep all of the hunting articles the same. And let's say for the example of this challenge, you're going to be actually doing affiliate marketing. So you want to make sure that all the hunting articles are the same, they're categorized the same, and you put them all together. So just to keep them nice and neat and separate. So and finally, we have the sidebar. So what is the sidebar? So the sidebar can consist of either widgets or maybe like paid promotions or like usually it's like images kind of like on the side and could be like a search bar or maybe like most recent posts that you have, or it could even be like your social media links that you have on the right or the left side. Um, so those are kind of like the key components of the blog itself. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Okay, so you may be wondering, how do you actually start blogging? So here's the steps that I would take in order to start blogging. So the first thing you want to do is you want to choose your platform. So there's a bunch of different platforms out there. You've heard of them all. You've heard of Wix, you've heard of Squarespace, you've heard of Ghost, you've heard of everything under the sun. GoDaddy has their own hosting platform, hosting, or all these other brands that have their own hosting platform. So I personally like to use Ghost, and we're going to go through a live example of Ghost with my blog, see the back end, see everything, how it's made, all the inner workings. So we're going to do that a little bit later. So make sure you stick around because we're going to do some live examples here. The next thing you want to do, and this is maybe the most important thing, is you're going to want to pick a domain name. And so why do you want to pick a domain name? So when you're building a blog, you want to make sure that your brand, your website, your domain is all consistent. They're all, um, you want to make them all cohesive. So whether it's on social media or a blog or website, whatever your brand is or your company, your business, you want it all to be labeled the same. So if somebody finds your blog and you happen to have some social media accounts out there, you want them to be able to connect the dots like, oh, yeah, this is that outdoor blog that I read about. So they have social media and the name is, if not exactly the same, very, very similar. So, okay, so that's a domain. So you can go to many different places to get a domain, and we'll actually look at a really cool tool that I like to use for free in order to grab a domain name and see if it's available. So that's coming up here in a little bit. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to want to select a theme. So go through and, usually these hosting platforms, they have a bunch of either free or premium themes that you can go through and you can pay for if you choose. Otherwise, a free theme is just fine. And most of these are drag and drop. So it's literally like you take whatever section you want and you drag it over into how you want the website to look, and then you add images, and so you can make it as simple or as complex as you want. So next up is going to be writing and publishing posts. So you're going to want to start creating content and publishing these articles. So adding videos, adding images, and adding links. You want to make sure that your blog post is really engaging and it allows for people really to kind of latch on and really get excited about what they're reading. So that's kind of the overall gist. Oh, I forgot one thing. So the final piece to start blogging is promoting your blog. So what does that mean exactly? So then the simplest form, you're going to want to share your blog on social media and engage with other bloggers. So you're going to want to engage with other bloggers. Sorry about that, trying to get the trolls out of here. So you want to engage with other bloggers and you want to use search engine optimization. So you want to use search engine techniques to attract readers. So basically, your keywords, you want to use those. You want to use different topics, tags, categories, that kind of thing. You want to make sure that you're doing keyword research to make sure that what you're selecting, the posts and the blog articles that you're creating, you want to make sure that they are something that is something that people are searching for. So basically like the keywords and that kind of thing. So, okay, so here's a couple of tips for being successful at blogging or getting successful at blogging. So tip number one, be consistent. So what does this mean? So basically regularly update your blog and keep the audience engaged. So does that mean once a day, maybe once a week, once a month, whatever is conducive to your schedule and to where you can actually feel like you're going to be able to stick to it and stay consistent, then I think that's good enough. So being consistent, that's number one for being successful with a blog. So number two is going to be authentic. And what does this mean? So basically, write in your own unique voice. Try as hard as you can to not rely solely on AI because you want to bring that human element into the mix. And you want to make it so when someone's reading it, they're like, I think a human wrote this. There's emotion, there's feeling, that kind of thing. And it's not just, an AI like a script, and you could tell that it's very robotic. So you definitely want to share your personal insights too. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining. This is a 30-day challenge, how to make money online. This is day two. We're talking about blogging. So thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Okay, so the third tip for engaging successful bloggers, for tips for successful blogging, is engaging with the readers. So that means responding to comments and interacting with your audience. So whether that means sharing your article, talking about the article, maybe grabbing pictures, and you could potentially link to other articles. So like backlink to other articles, anything that has to do within that same niche or that same sub niche, you can link, you can intertwine. So that's definitely something that's just going to make your blog stronger down the road, and it's going to give you more topical authority. So in terms of in Google's eyes, the search engine, the ultimate search engine, you're going to want to be like the ultimate expert on this particular topic, whatever that topic is. So And the final tip for successful blogging is learning and improving. So you want to continuously learn about blogging, SEO, content creation, and just overall improve your blog. So if that means maybe kind of, a couple weeks in or a month in, maybe changing your color palette or your brand, changing some of the images, maybe going from JPEG to PNG so it's a little more crisp, maybe embedding some videos on there, and definitely making it really interactive. So you definitely want to have a thing where, if you have like a frequent asked questions at the bottom, you want to try to make it as interactive as possible. So have like a click thing where you click it and it kind of drops down the menu. So we're going to go through all this here, and I'm going to show you a live example of this blog here in 1 second. So here are kind of the main talking points that we're going to cover on this live stream. So starting a blog, then we're going to talk about monetization methods for the blog, and then content creation. So we already kind of touched on choosing a domain and hosting. So we went over that, writing high quality content, SEO basics, and monetization. So we're going to cover all those pieces. So let's talk about starting a blog. So basically from scratch, the first thing you want to do is you want to choose a platform. So I'm going to switch it over and I'm going to share my screen real quick here. Okay. Okay, so let me flip this around. Okay, sorry about that. I had to flip this around so I can flip the screen around. Okay. Okay, so what you guys are looking at here is the first thing you want to do is you want to choose a hosting platform. So what I like to use is Ghost. So Ghost is definitely one of the ones it's been the quickest for me in terms of having reliability, excellent customer service. The speed is always on, so it's always quick. We never have any downtime with this hosting platform. So you have options like Ghost. You have Squarespace. Here's another option that you can have for actually going through and building a brand. Of course, you have Wix.com. We all kind of know about Wix. So really, it doesn't matter as far as what hosting platform that you choose. You just need to choose one that A is the best for pricing and B is easy to work with. So especially if you're a beginner and you're not sure how to do like web hosting and that kind of thing and web design, you don't really know anything about building websites and that kind of thing. So really that's going to probably dictate what hosting platform you go with. So that's why I liked Ghost, because it was very simple, very easy to use. So the first thing you do is when you click sign in, you're gonna actually sign up. Let's do this. Okay, so just ghost.org. So you're gonna click on get started for free. And then all you're gonna do is it's gonna have you type in your name, your email address, and your password. And that's really it to continue to start. And it's gonna ask you if you have a domain. If you do, then you can link it. And so once you're signed up and you have everything situated for Ghost, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick out a theme. So we can go over here to ghost.org/themes. And Ghost actually they have a nice, basically a nice selection of their themes. So they have them sorted out by, you have newsletter, you have blog, you have news, magazine, podcast, photography, and so on, portfolio. So you can either sort it by what the topic is here, or what you can do is you can sort it by price, which is all of them free or paid. So Ghost has free themes, paid themes, and a mix of the two. And then you can also sort by rating. So obviously you'd probably want to do 5 stars for rating. And then for price, let's start out by doing free, because we want to see what are the options for the free themes. So what you can do is if you have an idea, if you want to do this as like a blog, then you can click the blog right here immediately, and then it's going to give you all the different blog themes. So you can scroll down and you can see what it is exactly, what kind of theme you might want. So these are all the different themes over here. And then when you scroll down, it'll give you the option to actually go in and if you wanted to check one out. So let's say we want to check this one out. So basically what it does is it gives you a look all around. So it has pictures at the top. It's got a little menu at the very top. And then as you scroll down, it kind of gives you these different placement images. So you got a placement image here, and then it has a little preview of the article down here. So it really is a nice divider of, large, high quality images that are basically like a preview image or a, um, what do you call it? Like a, um, your placement image, or I can't think of, oh, the featured image. That's what it is. The featured image, for your ad or your article. So basically, if you didn't like this one, you could also see what it looks like on mobile. So that's a really helpful part about Ghost, is that you can go up and you can scroll up and actually see, okay, what does it look like? Here's what the menu is, and then you can select down here. So if you didn't like this theme, you can always go back and you can always select a different theme. So we're gonna go for this example. We're gonna do free, and then let's go down to, let's see, how about this one? So we're gonna highlight the Casper theme right here. So this gives you a nice example of what the theme is going to be about. And then what you can do is when you view it here on mobile, you can see how it's going to look for somebody on the mobile phone. And this is just an example of what it might look like. This is all like stock footage for Ghost, as to what your blog could look like. So it just gives you an idea. It just gives you an idea of kind of what it looked like. So, okay. So now let's jump into web. So you got Squarespace. These are all basically the same. So what I would do is once you choose what the brand is that you want to go with, the hosting platform, then you can sign up. So Ghost, let's go back over here to Ghost. So here's the pricing on Ghost. So we have basically the starter pack is $9 a month, and the creator is $25 a month, and that's billed yearly. So you can either do monthly billing or you can do yearly billing. So if you want to do monthly billing, it's about $11 a month for the starter pack. So you get one user and 18 free themes. So if you go with the creator plan over here, it's going to be $31 a month. And you get 2 staff users, unlimited custom themes, which is really nice because if you want to switch your theme, you can do that without any problems. And then 1,000+ integrations, and you can build custom integrations too. So this is actually the one that I'm doing is a creator. So this is the pricing point that I'm doing. So, and I did do build yearly. So if you do the yearly billing, you save about $6 a month, but it comes out to be about $300 a year. So you're going to get charged that on its own. So right, like a lump sum for the $300. Okay, so let's say that you decide you want to go with Ghost, and then once you get in, let's take a look at the background. So the back end, so what it looks like. So here's the back end. This is the back end of the blog that I have. So you have a dashboard right here. It gives you the total members that have subscribed to your newsletter. And then you can scroll down and you can see engagement rates, and it tells you how many times that this has been sent to one of you, one of your subscribers, and it also tells you the open rate. So it'll tell you on the side here what the open rate is. So that basically means what is the percentage that people actually opened your email when they got sent to it. So that's basically the dashboard right here. And then you can view the site over here. You can view to see what the site looks like. So view the site, and it's going to give you a breakdown, and you can see exactly what the site looks like. And this is a theme that I'm using. It's called Basho, and it's a paid theme. I think I paid it was like $68 to $75, I think, but it's a one-time fee. I just liked how it has the large featured image, and then it has your tag down here, and then it's got the title of the blog over here, the blog article, and then it gives you a little preview of what the blog article is. So this is basically the section over here that gives you an idea breakdown of what the blog is going to look like. So if you click on explore, Explorer is going to go through and it's going to kind of give you all the different news and everything that is attached to Ghost itself. So basically, this isn't super relevant. It's just basically like news that ties into Ghost. So let's click on post. So we're going to click on post, and this is an example of what your post layout is going to look like. So once you click on post, you're going to have all your posts over here down listed. So what it's going to do is it's going to organize it by all the posts and then by the date. So it tells you exactly, okay, this is how many people have opened it. So 3 people have opened it out of the 9 people on their list. And you know, what's the percent that people clicked in it. So here is an example of a live post here, a live blog post. So we have the featured image right here. And then here's the title. And then this is basically the start of the image, the start of the article right here. So basically put a little introduction right here, and then a little image of buy me a coffee, and then going down, and we're basically separating it by spaces. Here's kind of like the first section of it, and then the dashboard breaks it down. So you want to make sure to put images, you want to put your the titles, the headers in a little bit more bold font, because you want to make sure that it really draws people in and it separates a section. So you want to make sure that it looks good. So we're going to go down here, donations. So this is basically like the back end of what it would be to create a blog post. So this is all the text and the images, and you can make the images clickable. So if you were to click this, it would go off to another website. So just to create it, have a more engaging experience. So, okay, so that's what it looks like for the actual post itself. So if you go into drafts, what that is there's no drafts here, but if you're going to create a post over here, you could save it as a draft. So if we wanted to create a post, we could hit new post and then post title right here. So we're going to do live stream title. Okay, so that's going to be your title. And I spelled it wrong, of course. Okay, live stream title. So then what you can do is you can start writing blog post here. And this is where you would start writing your blog post. So a thing that I really like about Ghost is that there's a bunch of keyboard shortcuts in terms of if you want to make this bold. So all you would have to do is you can do a couple of the pound symbol. So if you want to do it 2 pound before it and then hit spacebar, then it'll update it. So that's basically like for every pound that you do is going to be 1 H level. So 1 pound equals H1, 2 pounds, and then you hit space equals H2 and so forth. So the more pounds that you use, that's going to change the size of the font itself. So that's just really like an example of what it would look like to start an actual blog post. So I just want to take a sec to welcome everybody in. Thank you guys so much for joining. You're here. This is a 30-day challenge, how to make money online. This is day 2. We're in day 2 here of 30, and we're talking about blogging right now. So I just want to pause for a second, see if anybody has any questions. Anybody have any questions here about blogging before we kind of get into it? Okay, so let's go back. So we looked at the pricing. So that's good. So we looked at the Ghost pricing, and we picked out our plan. So now what we're doing is we're just going through like the back end, and we're taking a look at the actual dashboard. So we're creating an article right here. So the next thing you can do is if you hit the slash right here, it brings up this menu. So it gives you all the different options that you can use. So they have image here. So you can add an image, and then you can add a markdown. If you want to add some sort of HTML, you can add a gallery, which is a photo gallery. You can do a divider, bookmark, email. And there's a ton of stuff in here that you can just, you can play with. You can add video, call out. You can add files. If you want to add a product, You could add a product in here or a header, GIF. I mean, and also the cool thing about Ghost is these are all embed. You can embed all of these. So YouTube, X, Unsplash, Vimeo, CodePen, Spotify. So all these you can embed with your article. So, which is really cool. So if you want to do, let's just say you want to do a gallery. Okay. So we'll do gallery right here, and you can select up to 9 images here. So what we'll do is we'll add this one, and then let's add another one in here. So we just add that to the gallery. Let's add another one. What else do we have here? We have keep bears away. Let's add that one. And then let's see what else we got here. Okay. Let's see. How about this one? Okay. So this is an example of what a gallery would look like on your blog right here. So it's 3 different images and it puts them side by side. So basically what it would be is if you were to preview, you could preview this and this is what it would look like live on the site. So if you want to click it, you can click it and it's going to make the image bigger. It's basically going to zoom in and it's going to make it bigger, which is cool because you always have this preview button. So you don't have to publish it. So in the top right corner, you can hit preview or you can hit publish. So publish basically means you're making it go live. So if you want to preview it, that's kind of the easy way to do it without having to commit to publishing it. So here's our title, and then we go down and we have the beginning of our blog post and then the different titles here, the headers, H1, H2, and then we added a little gallery right here. So that would be basically the startings or the workings of the blog article and putting it together. So hey everybody, thank you guys so much for joining. We're doing a 30-day live stream challenge, how to make money online. This is day 2, and we're talking about blogging. So if you guys have any questions out there, and you feel free to post them in the live chat, and I'd be happy to answer anything you got about blogging. So we're just getting settled here, just getting started. You're not late. Welcome. Thank you guys so much for giving me a chance. And today we're talking about blogging. So the first thing we did was we're talking about starting a blog, and we're also going to talk about how to monetize the blog, and then of course content creation, which we kind of dove in a little bit right there. So we talked about choosing a domain and choosing hosting. So writing high quality content, we talked a little bit about that, and then SEO basics. So we're going to cover that next. So what does SEO basics mean? And that basically like covers when you're writing an article. I'm going to flip this back around. When you're writing an article, you want to make sure that your title and your tags and everything really coincide with any keywords that you want to use. So if you click over here on the right side, sure. Hey, and yep. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely talk about domain. So yeah, for sure. Okay, so what kind of questions do you have about domain? Anything specific that I can kind of help answer? Just kind of in general about like how to find a domain or that kind of thing as far as, where to find the domain. Do you have anything specific that you want me to cover as far as the domain itself? Okay, sounds good. Okay, so when we talk about building a website or a blog, obviously you want to have your domain, right? Which is basically like your brand. So there's actually a tool that that I like in order to be able to find a domain, and it's going to tell you right away if it's available, or if it's for sale, or if somebody already owns it. So when you're thinking about a brand, you want to think about what your niche is. So hey, Elmer, I'm not sure what that means. So basically, what you want to do is when you talk about your brand, you're going to want to think about what your niche is and what your topic is. So, and do you have a niche that you're thinking of? Traveling. Okay, perfect. Okay, so traveling niche. So when you think about a travel niche, really, what you really want to kind of think about is a couple of words. I would say maybe not more than like 2 words, like, um, you know, oh, recipes. That's a good one too, like cooking. Okay. So when we're talking about like traveling, you could do something like, I'll show you the website that I like to go to in order to find the domain. So let me flip this back around here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the name of this website is it's instantdomainsearch.com. So basically what it is you can start typing a domain and it's going to either light up green if it's available or it's going to light up red or blue. So red means that the domain is already taken, somebody already purchased it, and blue means that it's for sale. So let's start thinking about the traveling niche. Do you have like any idea of like maybe a name? Do you have a name or some sort of like brand like kind of in mind, in as far as like for your traveling niche? Like, do you have any sort of kind of idea? It doesn't have to be exact, but just something like, would you use like a name, your like a personal name? Darko Travels. Okay, I like that. Okay, so the first thing I would do is go to instant domain search and you can type in, um, start typing it in. So Darko and then travels. So it looks like darkotravels.com. It looks like it's taken. So what you can do is you see how the text is in red. So that means that the domain is not available. So maybe what you can do is maybe let's back it up one. Okay, so Darko Travel is available, and you can see how the text turned to green. So that means that that domain is available for purchase. So what you can do is you can either hit enter on your keyboard or you can go over here and you can click on buy if you want to do that. So if you click on buy, what it's going to do is it's probably going to take you to GoDaddy, I think. Yep. So it's going to take you to GoDaddy and it says the domain is $11.99 for the first year. So basically you can decide whether or not you want to purchase that or not. So that could still be a great domain name. And if that's what you're kind of going with, that might be something that you want to consider purchasing that domain. Still like $12 a year. That's a really good price. So yeah, this tool is great because it tells you immediately if the domain is available. I've used it many, many times, and there's an app, at least for iPhone, there's an app that you can actually do searches for, like on your phone. So if you were to search the Apple Store and search for instant domain search, so yeah, no, that's great. So I'm gonna get rid of this just so we can do like another example. Um, so we can pop it over here, and then so I would say, if that is something you would like, yeah, I would definitely choose that. I took it off the screen just to keep it secure for you. That way, if you wanted to go ahead and move forward with that. But so this, I mean, this website's totally free. I use it all the time. So let me post it here. I'm gonna post it in the chat. So yeah, instant domain search. I guess it forwards to instant domains. So let me put this here. Okay, so if you want to check it out, that's that. So okay. So is there any other questions in about just talking about domain in general? So once you have your domain, then what you definitely want to do is, do you have a hosting provider in mind as far as like when you start thinking about who you might want to have host your website? Do you kind of have anybody in mind as far as like a brand or like a company? Anybody that maybe kind of sparks an interest? I'm just curious. That way we can kind of walk through it together. Who I personally use, and I was kind of going through, showing the example is Ghost Hosting. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean Hostinger that works too. I mean That's definitely a great brand as well. I mean, I got to be honest, I don't think you can really go wrong with who you choose. It's really about, I think, when you're just getting started or just learning, it's probably really about the price. Yeah, so it's really about like the price, how long you want to keep it. If this is like a long-term business investment, then I definitely think you would want to stretch out your domain or have it like have your domain as long as you possibly can. So, yeah, definitely. Ifyok, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, I apologize. Yeah, Hostinger is great too. Definitely. So, you definitely can't go wrong. It's really just a matter of personal preference, I think, at that point. Because if you think about like Wix and you think about Squarespace, kind of those different ones. Those are very like drag and drop type platforms, which is nothing wrong with it, especially if you have no experience. If you're not sure what you're doing, then those are great. I just like Ghost because to me it's very quick. It's super easy to use. The back end, we were kind of going through the back end, and it's very easy to navigate and follow. So that's kind of what I was showing off, was a Ghost back end. So we can definitely go through that for sure. So, is there any other questions from either one of you guys about, um, domains? What of share slide? So I'm not sure what share slide is, but have you heard of Squarespace? Squarespace is another one that is another hosting platform, but I'm not sure of share slide. I don't think I've heard of that one before. So one of the questions that I get asked kind of that goes in conjunction with choosing like your platform is like, what are the essential tools or the plugins that you need for a new blog? And I got to be honest, I've never really used like WordPress before. I've always used, a hosting platform that has built-in tools. So like Ghost, you don't need to have these plugins and different add-ons and tools and that kind of thing because they have everything that's built in. So you're paying a little bit more, but everything is built in. You don't need separate tools and that kind of thing. So that's why I like them is because with WordPress, you need an email marketing piece. You need maybe like if you want to plug in social media or you know customize your sidebar or your header or that kind of thing. There's a lot more plugins I think that are necessary, but with Ghost, everything is built in. So that's why I like to use Ghost. So feel free to check it out. It's ghost.org. Let me see if I could pull this up here. Um, if you guys want to check this out here. So yeah, and definitely like there's no wrong answer as far as, you know, who what hosting platform to choose. There's definitely no wrong answer for sure. So okay, so another one of the questions that I get a lot is, so how do you drive traffic to your blog when you have a brand new blog? So I think the best way to do it is really it's going to be in terms of just being consistent and keep pumping out content. So I want to show you guys what my blog looks like over here, and I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can see it. So this is yep, social media definitely. Yep, absolutely. You guys are right. Yeah, definitely. You're both right. So this is my blog. It's lovenaturereviews.com. And it basically started out as a product review blog. So reviewing different kind of technologies and um, different outdoor products and stuff. So basically, I started the blog so I could do Amazon affiliate marketing. And that's basically what I started it for to get into affiliate marketing. So this is Ghost. It's hosted by Ghost, but the theme itself is called Basho. So as you can see, you have the large featured image, and then you have the titles, and then a little bit of the intro blurb down here, and then you can load more, and then let's get into an article right here. Okay, so this gives you an idea of what is the you know, it kind of the intro that goes along with the title, so they complement each other. And then this would be a way to like backlink or like interlink yourself to your own articles. So basically, you can highlight any part of text When you're in here, you can right click and then you can send it to an hyperlink. So basically, send it here and then it goes to a different article. So you definitely want to make sure that you're interlinking and interlinking all of your articles together. That way, you can build that topical authority with Google. So, and I like to do galleries in the beginning and then kind of give a synopsis right here, kind of give a lot of information here. And then, I like to do the features and mix it up with, bold, some italic, that kind of thing. And then always throw in a link every so often. That way you're keeping people engaged. Um, so this one right here, if you were to click this one, it opens this, but this one is basically talking about what is the best flashlight right here. So the best tactical flashlight. And that's this one, the Emelon MS-18. This is like one of the brightest flashlights I think in the world. Yep, so it's 100,000 lumens of power. I don't know if you guys have heard of that before, but that's like bonkers. That's insane. So it basically goes on in the article to kind of tell you more about the flashlight, and we talk about the battery life. Really, just trying to bring as much value and benefit to the reader as possible. So I think that's the biggest part of when you're creating a blog article. You want to you want to educate people, but also have them walk away with some knowledge, maybe something they didn't know before. So it basically just talks about everything here, the different tactics. You have the different types of being water resistant, and here's the functions and the features. And then it'll talk about like the light modes. One thing down here I want to show you guys real quick is the frequent asked questions. This is a really cool feature of Ghost. So if you click on the question itself, it kind of has this little like fly menu that comes down, and it's very interactive. So it kind of gives a little extra flair, a little extra flash to the article itself. Yeah, you can definitely use AI for blogs for sure. So I think along those lines, of thinking about using AI for blogs, I would just be careful that you're not using like you're not doing like um, all AI, that kind of thing. So you don't want it to be you don't want the article to be fully AI. You want to have some of that human element that you put into the article, so people know that hey, this is somebody actually talking, being human, that kind of thing. But yeah, I used one of the tools that I used was Surfer SEO. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that one. Um, it's basically like it's an AI piece, but also it's like an AI piece for writing, but also it goes through and it shows like your competitor's score. So if you guys want to check it out, the one that I use, I got on a free trial, so you could go there, check it out if you'd like to. Surfer SEO. So that one's really cool. That's a good one to get started if you're looking to do AI. Because there's an AI piece, but there's also like you can go in and see what your competitors are doing, and it gives you like a competitor score to see how high you need to rank on Google. So in terms of do you have enough keywords? Is your topics good enough? Do you have the right amount of headings? Do you have the right amount of photos? So it really breaks it down and kind of gives you an overall score of what the realistic idea that you would actually be able to rank on Google. So, but you got to remember, obviously it doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while. So, yeah, so that's a great question. So honestly, like I only have the one blog that I'm using, and I've made it definitely made hundreds of dollars every month with Amazon affiliate marketing. So you definitely, I would say you don't need more than one. You can start with one blog, and you know, you want to really start with like maybe 10 to 20 blog posts that are like high quality, that have really engaging, titles, and you have your SEO that's, kind of up to snuff, that kind of thing. Um, but I would think really you can make any kind of niche profitable. So your travel niche is a great example of something that everybody does. Everybody loves to travel, zoom around. So depending on what you're talking about, you can actually work. Yeah, yeah, you can. Yep. So you can definitely do affiliate marketing without a blog. Um, so there's actually a bunch of videos on the channel here that that you can actually view. So I can pull up. Let me grab that. So actually, I do affiliate marketing without a blog. So I do it with a blog, but I also do it through like Pinterest, Nextdoor, LinkedIn. So let me grab you here. I can grab you a playlist here that that I created, and if you want to check it out here, you can take a look at it here. Let me just grab it. Sorry. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna post it here. So this is the um, affiliate marketing, no blog needed playlist. Okay, so if you want to check that out, that's a playlist that I created for all the videos that I have on the channel about affiliate marketing um, that don't have a blog involved. So yeah, feel free to check that out, and definitely, if you can definitely take a look at that and kind of watch some of those videos if you'd like. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Is everybody having a good time so far? Sure. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So yesterday we actually did a whole 2 hours on affiliate marketing. But so basically the gist of affiliate marketing is so if you want to check out that live stream, I can post a link to it. But yeah, affiliate marketing is basically like um, the gist is you have a brand or a company and you basically get paid to promote their product or their service. And that's kind of the gist. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So, okay. So let me actually copy this for you. Okay. Affiliate marketing. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to just type this so you remembered how to start. Okay. So this was I'm gonna post the video that was from yesterday, the live stream from yesterday. But basically, so what you do is you can choose an affiliate marketplace, like an Amazon. I always like to recommend Amazon if it's available in the country that you live in, just because it's so easy. It's so easy for people to actually start Amazon and to because you're not really selling people on Amazon. Because if people buy it anyway, they see Amazon, they're more. I think they're more prone to actually like um, buy something. You don't have to really like try to push them or convince them to order from Amazon. So yeah, is there anything specific that you'd like to know about affiliate marketing? Um, and we're going to definitely dive into affiliate marketing when it relates to blogging, because that's kind of what this day two is about, is blogging. So we can talk about, how about we talk about that? So we'll talk about how do you do affiliate marketing with a blog? I know you kind of asked about how do you do it without a blog, but so we'll talk about how to do it with a blog here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into one of these posts here, and then okay, so we take the posts, and then what we can do is let me just go down to the very bottom. So let me just find one that is a good example. Okay. Okay, so here's an example of a blog post with affiliate marketing. So we basically have, the blog post like you would normally see. And in the beginning, there's like a little video here. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. So this would be an example of affiliate marketing within a blog post. So I have the image right here. I created this image in Canva, and then basically you give it like a little title and what the product is, and then you give it a review rating. So how many stars, and then you say check price on Amazon right here. So if somebody were to click this button, it would basically reroute you over to Amazon, and then this product itself would pop up, and then they can purchase it. So if you're doing affiliate marketing through Amazon, then anything that somebody has in their cart for 24 hours that they purchase, you're going to get a commission of, or you're going to get a cut of whatever that is. So that's how you could monetize your blog. This is just one of many ways to monetize a blog. with affiliate marketing. And it doesn't have to be just Amazon. You know, Walmart has products that you could use. Walmart has a creator program. You could do like Cabela's. You could do anything really outdoors if you're in the outdoors niche. So that's basically how you do it, how you do this. So if you want to do it from scratch, what you can do is we'll go back here and let's start here. So we're gonna do product. So it's going to give us this little kind of product image. And this is an example of how you would do affiliate marketing on a blog live. So over here, we're going to click on the rating. So you want to add the rating. And then what you can do is if you want to rate it, you know, 5-star, 4 stars, whatever, we can put it at 4 stars down here. And then if you wanted to add a button, you could add a button right here. So the button text would be anything you want. So it would be button text down here. So you could say, what I like to do is I like to say check price on Amazon, because Amazon doesn't allow you to, they don't like you to put the price on the blog article. So they don't want you to actually list a specific price, but also you can't use the product images either. So product images, you can't use reviews, and you can't list the price. So they have very specific guidelines that you need to follow if you want to stay being a part of an Amazon associate. So then what you could do here is you could put in the URL, and we'll just say for this example, we're just going to go to Amazon.com. And then what we want to do here is we want to put an image in here. So let's click on this, this image right here. Okay, so, and then we're gonna do, so we added the image, and then, so the image itself, when we click that, we click on the button, then it's gonna go over to Amazon. So we can type in bear spray. And then what you can do here is you can actually click on the image itself. And if you wanted to edit it or do anything, you could flip it around, flip it horizontal, flip it vertical. You can move it around. You could crop the shape, you know, however you want to do it. So we'll just leave it as is for now. And then what we can do is let's hit preview, and it'll show you what it's going to look like. So here, this is an image of what it would be like on Amazon. So here's the image right here that we have. And then if you were to click on this product, check price on Amazon, it's going to take you over to the product page. I just have it go into Amazon.com just because it's, you know, the main page for this example. So, okay, so let's close that back out and let's go back here. Okay, so the question is, how does the affiliate program track and manage affiliate referrals and commissions? Yeah, that's a great question. So what they do is, I can show you, let me get into Amazon Associates here real quick. Okay, let me flip this around. I think I gotta log in, so let me log in and I'll show you how it works, or how it looks. So this is just for Amazon. So, okay. So what you could see down here is, this is basically like your little graph, like your dashboard. So it's going to tell you how much total commissions you've earned, total bounties, and the clicks. So basically on May 14th, I had, right here, it says I had 4 clicks, and then I earned a commission of $7.09. And then anytime you see a green dot, that means that's a commission. So that's how it's going to track. What you can do is you can go into the earnings report up here. Let me see if I can find it. So tools, let's see, reports, go to earnings report. Okay. And then what it's going to do, because there's no sales right here, there's no sales currently. So if you clicked on earnings, what it would do is it would tell you what the tracking ID is down here. And it also tracks the clicks down on this side. And it'll give you the items shipped and the revenue. So, and then if you click on link type performance, what it's going to do is it tells you, okay, the product links have been clicked 21 times. So basically, product link is basically like a text link, if you think about it like that. and there's no conversion on this. So that means nobody's clicked and bought anything. So that's why it says conversion is 0. And then items ordered and items shipped. So it'll tell you there's 10 items that are ordered, but if none of them are shipped, then you have to wait to find out what your earnings are over here to the right. So does that kind of make sense as far as like how does the Amazon affiliate program track your earnings and track your clicks? So that goes through and it gives you the graph, and it'll tell you right here June 12th, that was yesterday. So we had 21 clicks, but we didn't have any order items. So thank you guys so much for joining. If you guys are liking this content, you liking this live stream, definitely please hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It definitely helps out the channel for sure. Okay. All right. Yeah, so that's kind of like the gist of, how Amazon tracks their affiliate program. So it's really cool. I mean, it's a very easy layout, and all you really have to do is when you're applying for Amazon Associates, you go through and you're going to basically you're going to want to put all your real information in there. Then you're going to want to list out all of the websites that you have that you're possibly going to be promoting. So, for example, promoting products. So, if you have a blog or a website, you would list that. Then any social media sites like maybe Pinterest or like Facebook, that kind of thing. LinkedIn, Nextdoor, that. So, all right, definitely. Yeah, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great night. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome to the live stream. We're doing a 30-day challenge, how to make money online. Every day is going to be a different topic. So today's topic, we're talking about blogging. So if anybody has any questions about blogging specifically, please feel free to just post them in the live chat, and I'd be more than happy to answer anything that you guys have, any questions. So we were just covering, yeah, so um, that's a good question. With Amazon, um, basically they have a set of rules that you have to follow. So basically, like every other kind of affiliate program, you can't spam, right? You can't spam your links all over the place. Um, so Amazon says, so we're just going to talk about Amazon for a second. So Amazon says that you can't use the product images, you can't use their prices, like you can't list their prices on your blog or your website, and you can't use their reviews. So how do you get around? You want to use a product image, but you can't use it as is. So you really have to pull it into some sort of a photo editing program and be able to kind of make it like customize it or tweak it a little bit. So, but other than that, really you could promote as many products as you can as you need to. So yeah, I mean, and every brand is going to be a little bit different. So Amazon has their own rules, but if you were to go to something like impact.com and you were to find, different products there that you could promote, every brand that you choose to work with is going to have a slightly different kind of like criteria or like rules and regulations. So you want to just kind of check in with which affiliate marketplace you're doing. Um, what their rules are, what the ground rules are. But I know with Amazon, it's probably some of the most lenient rules as far as how to get started, because really all they ask for is you can start, sign up, put in your links for your social media accounts or your blog, and all they ask is within 90 days you get 3 qualifying sales. So that basically means it can't be family or friends, it has to be 3 strangers in order to click on your link. So somehow Amazon has a way of finding this stuff out. So I'm not really sure how, but basically it's got to be 3 strangers that click on your links, and that way, you can get those 3 qualifying sales in 90 days. So if you don't, then you can always reapply. So that's not a problem at all. So you can reapply, and then maybe you can get approved if you get rejected the first time. So But yeah, that's a really good question. So okay, so we've talked about choosing a domain and hosting. We talked about that. We talked about writing high quality content. So how can I traffic a website? Oh, track. Yeah. So what I like to use is Google Analytics. So that's built in. That's basically built in. So built into Google itself. So what you can do is you can connect Google Analytics to your website. So all you would have to do is when you go to Google Analytics, it's totally free. Um, then it's going to ask you to prove that the domain is yours. So sometimes they ask for either some code to be placed within the website itself, maybe like like the code injection part, or you can also do like some sort of link, or sometimes they ask you about like changing the DNS name temporarily in order to prove that the domain is yours and the site is yours. But I would say Google Analytics is probably the one of the premier ways to track traffic for your website. It breaks it down. It tells you what websites are indexed. I mean, the pages are indexed, and it gives you an idea of how many clicks to what page, and you know what's been clicked off of like a search engine, like somebody searched for it, versus like going like a direct link. So, yeah, I would say Google Analytics for sure. So I'm gonna write that in the chat just so you can remember that part. So, um, analytics is track the best tracker for free. So I definitely think that's the best tracker for free for sure, because I know there's a ton of different ones out there, but if you're just getting started and you're not really sure kind of which way to go, I mean that's definitely this is a free option, but also it really does the job. And I kind of got in the habit of um, checking too much. I think my OCD was really kicking in, and I was like, oh, I want to check on my stats, but that's not really how it works as far as like updating every day, so you really got to give it some time. You got to give it like some weeks in between. So, um, okay, so let's talk about SEO basics. So when it comes to for like a blog article writing, so we know that the title, it's probably a good idea to have like a keyword in the title, and then also like the metadata, and then you want to have your tags kind of line up. So as far as like the tag, remember we talked about the tag being like a category. So what you're gonna see is the sorry, I'm just looking at this on the site tag, the excerpt. Okay, so the tag is basically like the category. So if you have 100 posts about fishing and you're an outdoor blog, you want to keep all those in the same category. That way, if somebody comes and they're like, oh, I clicked on it, I read about this one fishing topic, then I definitely want to read about the rest. So it's all in the same. So basically, this is an example of how it would look. So let me flip this around. So, okay, so let's go here. We're going to go back to the main part of the website, and I'll show you what a tag is. So this right here is going to be a tag. So technology is a tag. I think I have this. I think I have it listed as categories on my blog, but so you click on categories, and right now I only have the technology field. That's the only tag that I have, which is technology. So if you were to click on this, it's going to bring up all of the technology articles that are on the blog. So basically, I have the title of the tag or the category, and then basically have a little blurb about what it's about. Put some keywords in there, best on Amazon, that kind of thing, technology, and then it's going to go down and it's going to list all the posts that have to do with the technology tag. So this is really going to it's really going to be a good indicator to Google, but also like your audience and the readers, that everything is uniform and everything is the same. So you want everything to be as neat as possible. So that definitely helps with as far as SEO goes, keeping everything on the same page with technology or whatever the tag is. So, and then another thing you can do is when you're going into your post, you want to make sure that you have an excerpt too. So an excerpt is basically like the little intro that's right below the title. So you want to have that, and you want to put some keywords in there too, but you don't want it to be too long, because then it's gonna run off like on Google search. It'll run off. So you want to make sure that the excerpt is not too long, but also pretty descriptive. And here's where you put your tags in. So if you want to tag a technology, you could put that in there. So that's definitely an SEO point as well. So, okay. So does anybody have any questions on that? I know we kind of talked about that a little bit quickly, but I wanted to see what you guys thought about that as far as, SEO basics. Does anybody have any questions on SEO in general? And this is really kind of geared towards somebody not really knowing anything about blogging, because the whole point of this 30-day challenge is not to get in depth with like this super expert level information. It's more of like very high level, very kind of like dip your toe in the water and kind of get an idea of, maybe some of these different methods that you can make money online. So that's the whole point of the 30-day challenge. So every day for 30 days, I'm going to be going live and it's a different topic every single day. So yesterday we talked about affiliate marketing. Today we're talking about blogging, and I will give you a sneak peek. What are we talking about? So tomorrow is going to be drop shipping. So if you guys are interested in drop shipping at all, definitely the best way to join this challenge is to, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Make sure that's turned on, and that way you can be notified when we go live. So we're going live every single day. Excuse me. We're going live every day for 30 days. And we're talking about a different topic. So, yep. So today is talking about blogging. So, does anybody have any questions out there? I really appreciate you guys for being here. Hope you guys are getting something out of this. So, next up, we're going to talk about different monetization strategies. So, here's a little preview. So, we're going to talk about ads, sponsored posts, and affiliate links. So, we've touched on affiliate links a little bit earlier. So, we'll talk about ads. So, you can run ads in many different ways. So Google has ads that you can run, like Google AdSense. You can run ads on your website. And the only drawback that I can see if you're just starting out is that can really tax your website and make it really slow, as far as like the page load speed. So you really want to make sure that you have your images or JPEGs that are really high quality, but are a little more compressed. So they kind of give you a little more speed when your page loads. But you can run ads on Google or another platform, Facebook ads, that kind of thing. So sponsored posts is basically like if you have somebody come in from a different blog and they write an article for you, and you post it on your blog, you can actually charge for that. So that would be reaching out to like do a collaboration, or like, think of it as like kind of brand management. So either somebody writes an article for you and you pay them for the article if they're going to draw some more traffic in, or you can write an article. So the question is, can affiliates earn commissions on reoccurring sales or only initial purchases? Yeah, so that's really important and is significant because it really depends on what the specific affiliate marketplace or the product that you're promoting. So I know, for example, that there's typically like software purchases when you're talking about affiliate marketing, and actually promoting software. Typically it's only on like the first buy, like the first time buyer, that you get paid a reoccurring commission. But for something like Amazon, it doesn't matter, if the person's new or not. You can definitely get as much, get paid as much as they have in their cart. So it really is going to depend on what you're actually going to the affiliate, program you're actually going to be a part of. So is it a marketplace? Are you going to go right to the software brand themselves and see if you can work out a deal with them? That's also something you can do, is kind of negotiate. Okay, well, I have a lot of traffic coming to my blog, and you have a software here that can track, maybe hotels, or can track, airline flights or deals on cruises or whatever. Um, can you give me a little bit better commission, and maybe make it reoccurring? So that's something that you can do. You can actually negotiate with the brands, or the whoever the brands are for these products, and that's really cool because it kind of gives you an opportunity to raise your commission, but also you're building that relationship. So you can take that relationship, and maybe you're promoting products on your blog or your website, but you also have a following on maybe Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or that kind of thing, you can also take those affiliate products or affiliate links and you can kind of sprinkle them all over your online presence. So you have social media covered, you have your blog or website covered, and then you can even have, if you have like a link tree or some sort of like, link organizer site, you can also do that. So you can also put affiliate links on there too. So yeah, it's really going to be like a case by case basis, but that's a great question. And it's going to definitely depend on the brand, the product or the service in terms of if you can earn reoccurring commissions. But definitely, I've talked to a lot of brands that are like, definitely you build a relationship and you start making sales, then they're willing to be flexible and they're willing to work with you a little bit in terms of, what your percent commission is or how often you get paid, that kind of thing. Because I know a lot of these brands, because I know Amazon, is like, I think you get paid like the next month. And a lot of these brands do the same kind of thing to where whatever the commission is, it's going to be like the next month or like the next month and a half. So if you make a sale, that doesn't mean you're going to get paid that day or that week, that kind of thing. You have to wait a full, usually like a month or a month and a half in order to get like the payout, just because they want to make sure that there's no chargebacks or there's no refunds, that kind of thing. So, okay, so we talked about ads, we talked about sponsored posts, and we talked about affiliate links. So, does anybody have any questions specifically more about monetization strategies for your blog or your website? Anybody out there, have you guys tried anything? Have you tried any kind of strategy for monetizing? I'm just curious. Anybody have anything that has worked? So yeah, so I've been doing affiliate marketing now for about 2.5 years, and it's definitely been a slow journey, kind of learning. Um, but I've definitely had some really nice highs, like thousands of dollars, and I've had lows, where we looked at the dashboard and it was like zeros, like it was, it's getting clicks, but you're not getting sales, and really that's really like the nature of the beast, so to speak. Like you're gonna have days where you have nothing, and then maybe you hit a spike and you're gonna get some nice commission. So that's why it's really important to like diversify your affiliate marketing. So not just Amazon, you want to have multiple different forms of affiliate marketing through your blog, through your website, that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So just to remind everybody, this is a 30-day challenge, how to make money online. Every day is going to be a different topic. And today we're talking about blogging. Yesterday we covered affiliate marketing. And tomorrow we're going to be covering drop shipping. So all you have to do to join in the challenge, it's solely free. Just subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And that way you can be notified when we go live. So, because we're going to be going live a heck of a lot this next month. So, every single day. So, you definitely don't want to miss it. So, okay. So, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is what are the common mistakes that new bloggers make? And I think, honestly, one of the big ones that I can think of is the expectation that they put on themselves in terms of success. I think is very skewed and it's really far off in terms of it's not accurate and it's not something that is easily attainable. Like they want to make thousands of dollars overnight, which I think is next to impossible, especially with the blog where you're trying to slowly build up this presence and this catalog of articles. And you can't do that overnight because it's not easy to rank on Google as a whole. So I would say that's number one, is setting that appropriate expectation. Mindset is number two. So if you go into it thinking it's difficult, it's going to be hard. You're going to fail a lot. But as long as you can keep getting up and keep trying again and keep pushing forward, then I think that's kind of the best way that you can guarantee yourself success. Because we know nothing's guaranteed, but that is definitely a way that you can push forward. If you can keep pushing forward and keep getting through some of the hardships, then I think you have a really good shot at being successful and trying different things. I think another one is definitely a common mistake for new bloggers. They don't test enough. So meaning they don't test the images, the creatives. They don't test like adding frequent asked questions, drop down menus, maybe like a quiz, just testing different things to see what your audience interacts with the most. So that's another thing that I think a lot of new bloggers, some mistakes that they make. So if you guys are liking this, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that would be awesome. It definitely helps spread out the word to YouTube for sure. So I really appreciate that. Everybody, thank you for joining. This is the 30-day challenge, how to make money online. This is day 2. We're talking about blogging today. So if you have any questions about blogging, feel free to drop them in the live chat, and I'd be happy to answer anything that you guys have. Yeah, so how does affiliate marketing program handle the returns, refunds, and chargebacks? So what they do is, thankfully, you as the affiliate marketer, us, right? Not the customer, but us as the affiliate marketer and the one actually promoting the products, we don't have to deal with any of the customer service side of things. So like a return or a refund or a chargeback. Um, so that's basically exactly why you don't get paid immediately, because what they do with these affiliate marketing, the marketplaces will do is kind of hold your money in a sense. Um, hold it in a sense for like to prepare for if someone wants a refund or a chargeback, that kind of thing. So basically, you don't have to deal with the back and forth, the customer service, the communication, that kind of thing. You don't deal with that part, but your money is kind of held, for like a month and a half, just to kind of make sure that the customer doesn't want to return whatever that is, or if they don't like the product or that kind of thing. So I don't think that you can have any kind of refund or return on a service. So if you're getting like a digital product or some kind of software service, I don't think there's any returns as far as I know on that kind of stuff, but there are definitely returns obviously on physical products. So that's kind of more of like the gray line between how long do they keep your money versus when does it get released. And it's usually between that, roughly between that month to month and a half period after, like the following month. So let's say I get a sale, on Amazon today, tomorrow, the next day. So it's the middle of June. So I wouldn't see that money until the middle of July. So basically, the middle of July or maybe like late July is when I would see that money, because they hold it just to make sure that there's no refunds or exchanges or that kind of thing. Well, it wouldn't be exchanges, but there's no refunds. So just want to see if that makes sense. Yeah, these are great questions. Anybody else have any questions out there? I'd definitely be happy to answer. Is there anything in particular that you guys would like me to show off or demonstrate here? So we already went through some tools, how you can find a domain, see if the domain is available. So instant domain search, we went through that. We talked about writing high quality content and some real basic SEO principles. Again, this whole 30-day challenge is not meant to be like an expert level advice. It's just really to kind of get your feet wet and see some of the examples of how to make money online and see what you might be interested in joining. If anybody out there, if you guys are interested, we do have a free Facebook group. Um, there is no strings attached, doesn't cost anything, totally free. So that's probably the best place if you want to join to get more like one-on-one help. So that way, it's kind of a more intimate setting. So if you want to check that out, definitely feel free to take a look at that. So, okay. So, next up, we're going to be talking about when you think about a blog, we're going to talk about how do you structure your content creation? What do you want to do? Like how do you want to actually structure like oh, okay. Sorry about that. I just saw the question. So, are there any minimum sales or performance requirements to remain in the affiliate program? Okay, that's a great question because that's absolutely something that everybody is wondering, right? So I'm gonna only speak on Amazon because I know Amazon's program really well. So I can't speak for other programs. They have their own rules or criteria, but for Amazon, I know that you need to have 3 qualifying sales within the first 90 days. So basically, the first 3 months, you need to have basically a stranger, somebody buy 3 products, and then that's your way to secure your approval process for Amazon. That's really the only qualifications or requirement that you need to stay with Amazon is to make 3 purchases or to have 3 qualifying sales. Sorry, 3 qualifying sales within the first 3 months. Um, and really just to not break the rules, I think is really the best way to remain in the program, to be on their good list, So, um, with Amazon specifically, don't show the prices or don't list the prices. Don't use the product images in your blog, your website, your social media. Um, and also, you want to make sure to put like an affiliate disclaimer on your blog or your website. And so I'm going to post in here. I actually have a video here that I created about how not to get banned actually through the Amazon Associates. So if anybody out there is thinking about trying Amazon Associates, you definitely want to make sure to check this out. So I'm going to copy the link right here and I will post it here. So how not to get banned on Amazon. Okay, so there's that link right there. So hey, you really think I haven't heard that before? We're trying to learn here about blogging and stuff. We want to try to keep it clean, for YouTube. So, um, but thank you for taking the time to drop the comment. I appreciate it. So, the best way to join this challenge, if you guys are interested, 30-day how to make money online challenge. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, and then just make sure that the notification bell is turned on. And that's it, because we're going to be going live here every single day for the next, so it's 30-day challenge. So what are we on? Day 2. So the next 29 days, or I guess 28 days tomorrow, we'll be going live every single day. So, and it's going to be a different topic about how to make money online. So different business model. So yesterday we talked about affiliate marketing. Today we're talking about blogging. And then tomorrow we're going to be talking about drop shipping. So if you guys are interested in any of that, definitely come along on this journey with us. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and hang out, because every day is going to be different topic, different people in the chat, live stream, that kind of thing. So I haven't seen anybody else doing this actually. Nobody's doing it live, but we're talking about different topics on how to make money online. So that's the cool part about doing it live, is that it's very interactive and you don't need to wait for like a video. So you know what? So to be completely honest, I mean, there really all it is kind of the reward is like, the education. There's no real monetary, because I'm not allowed to do that like through YouTube, like policies, that kind of thing. But um, it's really just trying to educate and learn and kind of share experiences and skills. And maybe it'll spark something within the folks that, follow along with the challenge. And maybe you might be interested in one of these business models and you might start on your own. Yep. So I wish I could, but you know how it goes. I gotta follow the rules too on YouTube side. So um, okay, so when we're talking about, I was kind of gonna bring this up before. So when we're talking about like content creation, I'm gonna flip my screen around again here, and we'll take a look at the blog again. Okay. So real quick, before I mention that, just a shout out. This channel is not monetized, so we don't get money from ads or anything. We don't get any money from anybody actually. So we're still working towards that. So at the very top, there's a pinned comment, and there's some various ways if you'd like to support the channel. Um, there's no obligation, but if you feel compelled to do that, then we'd greatly appreciate it. We have a Buy Me a Coffee link. We have a Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. So if you'd like to support us, that would be greatly appreciated. So, okay, so let's go back over here to the blog. And in terms of content creation, what I really like to do is I like to definitely like think of it as kind of like a spoke, like a wagon wheel kind of thing. And you really want to put all of your articles together. So you want to have the same kind of topics, right? So you want to create a situation to where everything is interlocked. So let's click on this one, for example. So this one is basically, we're talking about discovering rechargeable flashlights on Amazon. So when we talk about want to interlock everything and we want to make sure that everything is interconnected. So it's not only with the article themselves, but with the topics. So we got a couple of images here, and that's kind of bringing more of like the visual aspect of it. And then all these little links that or the little text that has an underline is basically like an inner link to another article on the blog. So you want to make sure that Google knows that you're connecting all the different articles together. So it has some sort of like kind of like a wagon wheel when you think about like the circle and then like the different spokes. You want all the spokes to come back to your blog. So if you click this is going to be a different article and it's going to still be about flashlights, but it's going to be slightly different. So what this one is this is actually the main article for the flashlights. And this is the one that has the Amazon affiliate disclosure. And this is something that is extremely important, especially if you're going to be a member of Amazon Associates. You want to post this disclaimer here just so Amazon knows that you're telling your audience that you may get qualifying purchases if somebody buys something. So that's something also that the FTC requires in the United States. So you just want to make sure you have that in there and you're not trying to kind of be shady and that kind of thing. So. Okay, how can I measure success on my blog? Page views, engagement, subscriber growth. Yeah, so I think the best way to measure growth is with these different hosting platforms. They do have a lot of analytics on the back end, so you can see if you like over here. I have a little button down here that says subscribe down in this corner, so you can subscribe basically to the newsletter. So what you can do is that would be a good way to measure if you're constantly getting people subscribed and you're building your list within your newsletter on your blog. Then I think that's a good sign that people are actually engaging and they're actually liking what you're talking about. Um, so page views, that's another thing through Google Analytics. We talked about that a little earlier. Um, so that's something that you may want to look at. That's all available through Google Analytics, but also within the backend, like the hosting itself. So if we go back over here to the Ghost admin, and we're gonna go back to posts, and you click on dashboard, this is something just specifically for Ghost that you can see. So it gives you an idea of the total members, and there's some different analytics here. If you click on members, it'll tell you like who the members are, what the email addresses are, and it gives you the location and it tells you when they've joined. So it kind of gives you an idea of where these people are from. So that's another way you can track. Um, and engagement would be if you wanted to turn on some sort of um, if you want to turn on some sort of like tracking, like whether it be like a Facebook pixel, that kind of thing. Hey, Amaldi, good to see you. So happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. You caught one of the live streams. That's awesome. Hey, so we're just talking about. Let me flip this around. I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. I love seeing you pop in. So this is the 30-day challenge, how to make money online. And we just got started. So yesterday we talked about affiliate marketing. Today we're talking about blogging. And tomorrow we're going to be covering drop shipping. So we're kind of just going through, talking about all things blogging, kind of like on a high level. So definitely feel free to ask any questions when it comes to blogging that you'd like. So some of the things that we kind of covered already is kind of covered like starting a blog, monetization methods, different ways to monetize. We talked about, kind of content creation, choosing a domain and hosting, and writing high quality content. We talked about that. And then some really basic SEO, and then also like monetization strategies, that kind of thing. So um, all the lives are going to be up and they're going to be saved. So don't worry if you missed. We're going on about an hour and a half. So if you missed any of it, you can always rewatch it. That's no problem at all. So definitely love having you here. And thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we're gonna flip back over. Let's flip back over to the ghost admin here, and we're gonna take a look at some of the back end stuff, and you can kind of see like the inner workings, like how to actually get this set up. So right here under title and description is basically like the general settings, right? So your site's title, and then you can give it a description, and this is going to show up in the footer of the website. So, and then you set up your time zone down here, and then you can set your publication language. I think the default is going to be English, and then the metadata. So basically, how do you want the metadata to look for your blog or your website? So this is what's going to show up. So you have your icon right here, your logo, and then this is how it'll show up with the title of your website right here, and then the little kind of blurb or your little introduction about your website here. And then if you want to add in, if you have a Twitter account or Facebook, you can add those here, and you can also add those right here too. So if you want to add those in here, adding your social accounts. So, and then it tells you who the staff is, who the main owner is. You can add other people in there if you want. So if we click on design and branding, this is where you really get into the fun stuff here. So you can get in, you can change the colors. So basically, you get the site description, what's going to show up. That's going to show up on Google, and you can choose a color. I just chose black for the color, and then you choose your icon over here, your logo. You can choose that, and then that basically the publication logo. So it'll show up right here in the corner. So the icon, like the favicon. And then if you wanted to upload like a publication cover, you could also upload that. I didn't want to do that because I wanted to make mine as minimalist as humanly possible. So we're gonna scroll back up. And this is a cool part is you can actually view it on mobile too. So if you go over here, you can view it and see what it's gonna look like on mobile. Just so you can see what's a mobile experience like for your particular theme and your actual viewers, what they're gonna see. So let's go back over here and we're gonna click on site wide. And what this does is you can pick your color scheme. I have mine as light, but you can go through, pick your color scheme right here. And then if you have a global background color, if you want the background color to remain the same the whole time, you can put in a hex color right there. And then, of course, you can change your fonts. They have a whole list of stuff down here. So this is all built into Ghost. So you can just change it whatever you like and you can play with it, whatever font that you think you might want. And then for the feed images orientation, basically it's going to have you do, these are the featured images. So over here, do you want these listed as portrait, which is like a normal kind of style, landscape, square, or like natural? So that's how you can kind of arrange that. So, okay, so the question is, how can I make my blog rank top 5 on Google anytime someone made research on relative topic? Yeah, so really what you're going to want to do as far as that's definitely going to take some time as far as being able to rank in the top 5, but that link that I put in there about server SEO, that has a tool that you can go through and you can see your competitors, and you're going to be able to see like what their content score is listed, and it's going to be able to break everything down. Like it'll tell you how many keywords you need. Is your headers okay? Like, do you need to add more headers? Do you need to add more images? So if you want to check that out, that link is definitely one of the best tools that I've found in order to not only view your competitors but also be able to rank. So you're going to want to rank, see the higher you rank, so it gives you a content score basically. So if that makes sense. It gives you a content score, and then you can see where your competitors rank to see if you need to increase your word count or how you need to tweak your article to make it give it the best chance of getting the highest visibility as possible. So yeah, no, that's a great question. So okay, so I'm just checking some notes here. Okay, so all right, we're gonna flip back over here. Okay, so let's flip back over here to the admin, and we'll go through this a little bit more. Okay, so we're gonna close out of this, and basically at the very bottom, you can also change your theme if you want to change your theme. So navigation is basically like, the bars, the secondary, the primary, and the secondary menus. So you can hit customize on that, and you can put in whatever you'd like. So if you want to add these in here, so basically your headers, so it's going to be home, categories, or whatever you want to put in here. This is at the very top, and then secondary is going to be at the bottom. So these are all the different header menus, and I'll show you what this looks like here at the bottom of the website. So let's go here, and we'll go to the main page, and I'll show you. Okay, so this would be the header. So everything at the very top is going to be the header right here. So that's a header. And then there's also like a really cool search function that's built into Ghost that you can put in there, and you can type in anything. So if you wanted to type in maybe like outdoors, as you're typing it, it'll give you all the articles, everything it finds that is related to the word outdoors. So that's pretty cool. And that's really helpful if you want to find similar topics or like similar articles that have to do with the same topic. So and the footer menu that we were talking about before is all the way at the bottom. So let me scroll down here real quick. So you have your icon over here, and then your little kind of like intro blurb, and then over here you have all the socials, and you have the links. So everything is down here. This is going to be the footer menu. So this is what I was talking about here, is Surfer SEO. That tool is invaluable if you want to basically like spy on your competitors and be able to know, kind of see what they're doing, not only how they're doing it, but make sure that your article ranks higher than theirs. So definitely check that out. I put the link in the chat over here. Let me know if you want me to paste it again. So there's that, and yeah. So I would say definitely. So realistically, you can post new content as much as you want. Honestly, um, you can make it as much or as little. So I mean, I would say like a good cadence to get into is posting maybe like, you know, I mean, if you can post once a day, I think that's probably like the ultimate, but I know that's a lot as far as like coming up with fresh ideas. But I would say, if you could do an article a week just to get started and to kind of wrap your head around, what you're doing, and being able to understand like the process, and learning like as far as like learning the inner workings of like the blog, and how it actually works. I think that there's nothing wrong with that, doing it like maybe post an article once a week, every 2 weeks, that kind of thing. So, and you can do really all the above. So when you're doing an article, you can put audio in there, you can put separate audio, you can put video, you can do podcast, you can link out the podcast, you can embed videos from like YouTube, that kind of thing. um, and you can do, obviously you can add products, and then when you add buttons, you can link to external products. So like with affiliate marketing, you can link out to different products. So yeah, those are just some of the many things you can do. That's why I like Ghost, because it's very easy to use and it's very user friendly. So especially with having very little experience, It was just super easy to follow. And I didn't feel very overwhelmed. I mean, there's a lot there, a lot to go through, but um, I think it's just a matter of, kind of how you approach it and how much time and effort you're willing to put in. So, but those are great questions. You've asked some really, really great questions tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to be a part of this 30-day challenge, it's super easy. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel, totally free. Sure, you're welcome. It's totally free to subscribe. Just hit subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell because we're gonna go live every day for the next, it's a 30-day challenge. So the next 29 days we're gonna be going live, a different topic. So definitely want to have you guys hang out and come along for the ride and learn something new. So definitely appreciate everybody being here. Today's topic is we're talking about blogging. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to drop them in the live chat, and I'd be more than happy to answer them. So I'm just gonna kind of look through the notes here. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to have you on more of these live streams. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I really appreciate the conversation back and forth. It's been awesome. So thank you for that. Yeah, definitely hope you guys stick around and you know, join us for the coming live stream. So every day is going to be something new. So if you look at I post a live stream, the thumbnail. Like I try to do it like in the morning or the early afternoon, and you can look in the bottom of the thumbnail and you could see what the topic is of the day. Also, what you could do is you could look at the title because it's the bottom, the very end of the title too. It'll say like day 2 is blogging or day 3 is drop shipping, that kind of thing. So definitely come with your questions if you have any questions. If you'd like to learn about drop shipping, we're doing it tomorrow. So definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button so you guys can come along with us and definitely come hang out. So does anybody have any other questions here about blogging as a whole? Okay. So I'm just gonna take a look at my notes here and we'll see what else we got. We're gonna cover the rest. Let's flip this back around. Let's take a look back over here. Okay. So as we go through the admin, the admin console right here, another thing you can do, so this is for like the membership. So if you wanted to create a membership on your blog or your website, this is where you would do it. So you have portal settings. So basically like you can customize what the flow looks like. You can put your logo right here and then the website or the blog name, and then you can have a pop-up like this, and you can basically customize how you want people to see when they hit subscribe. So basically you can add tiers in here if you want to add multiple tiers where you charge money. Um, right now I just did free just to kind of get an understanding of how it all worked. And you can add if you want to keep the display name in here. And obviously the free tier is the only one here. So, but you can change the look and feel, the icon, you can go over here and the sign up button text, you can put subscribe or whatever you want to put for here. And then the account page, and it basically it gives you an email address that you can use based off your domain. So that's why it's important to have a domain because you want to have everything connected. So that's basically like the portal for the membership. And so for the access for subscription in the post, basically you can say, can anyone sign up? The posts are public. So if we go in here, there's a drop down here and it'll give you an idea of, as far as subscription access, if you want anybody to sign up, or you can be more detailed with it or granular. So, and then you can choose the default post access if you want paying members, regular members, or specific tiers of people to be able to access it. And then here's the tiers. So right now I only have like the free tier, but you can add other tiers here, and it actually is integrated with Stripe. So that's the payment processor that Ghost uses in order to collect funds. So that's something you just to kind of think about. And then if we go down here to analytics, um, this is pretty cool. So it basically it's going to tell you, how many newsletter opens. So when somebody opens a newsletter, member sources, where they're coming from, and then if they clicked on the newsletter, it'll tell you that too. So okay. How you guys doing out there? Does anybody have any questions about what we covered? We covered a lot today about blogging. Just kind of the basics to kind of get a sense of, if you might be interested in blogging, that type of thing. Some of the high level, and don't worry, the live stream is going to remain up, so you can watch the replay if you'd like to. Okay, I'm just looking through my notes real quick here. Just checking. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Anybody have any questions? If you're new here, this is a 30-day challenge, how to make money online. We're going to be talking about a different topic every single day. So all you got to do to join the challenge is totally free, is just hit the subscribe button and come along on the challenge with us. We'd love to have you. Free information. It's really just to educate people and share experiences about, how to make money online. And we're doing it for 30 days. So we're going to be live streaming 30 days straight. And every day is going to be a different topic. So yesterday we covered affiliate marketing. Today is blogging. And then tomorrow we're going to be covering drop shipping. So definitely, if you guys are interested in that, feel free to, hit the subscribe button. That way you can be notified of when we're going live. We're going live every single day. So into all the way through July 12th. So definitely love to have you guys along. So feel free to subscribe if you want to be a part of um, this awesome challenge. Because I haven't seen anybody doing this, like live streaming wise at least. So, and doing it, be able to interact with the community and be able to talk to people is a great thing. So plus it allows you to kind of get questions answered more quickly, and it's something that is just, it's meant to be more of like an interaction. So when you do it live, there's just something more, I think, real and authentic about it, rather than kind of watching a video that's been edited and put together, that kind of thing. One of the things I want to mention about when you're creating a blog, you want to make sure that you have a name in mind that really kind of reflects what the niche is. So if you have a blog that's about fishing, but you call it maybe like Joe's, you know, um, tire shop or something, you really, that doesn't really make any sense with the niche is. So you want to make sure that not only does the domain line up, but also like the title of the blog, the website itself, you want to give it that really branded feel. So when somebody comes to visit and they start reading your articles, they know exactly what they're going to be there to read. So everything is on point, everything lines up, everything is very cohesive, and everything makes sense. So that's just something more to kind of keep in mind as far as making sure that everything lines up. So that's why when we talked about the domain, which is why that's really important for the domain to kind of line up with the brand itself. So just little things to kind of think about before you buy a domain. You want to make sure that you have an idea of what the actual name is going to be. So that way you can name your blog and make sure that the domain and the blog name line up. So just to make everything cohesive and keep your brand as solid as you possibly can. So just wanted to check out there, see if anybody has any questions. Anything blog related, definitely feel free to ask, and I'd be happy to answer for you guys. Okay. I also wanted to mention that we do have a free Facebook group. If anybody out there is interested in joining that, no strings attached. It's a good way to kind of interact and be able to get closer to, be like in the more intimate setting. So if you have questions, I did post the link to the Facebook group in the chat. So if you're interested, feel free to join that. And we'd love to have you in there and just kind of interact with us and kind of hang out. So that's cool. That's a way to kind of get a little more one on one and be able to have questions answered a little quicker than having to wait through like a video or a comment or that kind of thing. But I do answer questions within a day or two, so on any video. So that's also an option. If you're watching a video and you have a question, you can always ask questions and I'll get the notification. So I definitely like to reach out as quick as I possibly can. Hey guys, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to the 30-day challenge. Today's day 2. We're talking about blogging. So every day for 30 days, we're going live, and it's going to be a different topic about how to make money online. So really appreciate you guys being here. So we're talking about blogging as a whole, and so you might be thinking, what should my blog be about when you first try to think about the idea. And really, I think the best way to answer that is, what is it that you're most passionate about? What do you really enjoy? What do you enjoy talking about? And what could you just talk to somebody else about like for hours and hours? And so basically, what your blog should be about is basically your niche. So those are kind of run hand in hand. So, and then kind of along the lines with that, how do I choose a good domain name? So a domain name should be directly lined up with what the blog title or the topic is going to be. So the blog name, you really want it to be the same as a domain name if you can absolutely help it. So something that's, pretty short, 1 or 2 words, that kind of thing, something that's pretty easy to say, roll off the tongue, and it is pretty catchy. So just the shorter the name, the better, I think, because it allows people to remember it, but also something that can kind of like stick in their head. So, and also you want something that obviously is not going to be super embarrassing when you say it. So you want it to be pretty neutral as far as what the words are that you use. Um, so another question I get asked is, how often should I post publish new posts. And really that kind of depends on your personal time as far as how much are you willing to commit, how much time do you have, what are your resources, the tools that you have to use. Are you going to use AI? Are you going to create these blog articles just straight from your head? So um, it's really all about kind of how whatever you want to do with it, you know. So I would say if you can do at least once a week, that's probably a good cadence to get into in terms of posting. So okay, so another question that I get is, how do I drive traffic to my blog? Which is a great question. It's like the age old question everybody wants to know. So I would say start with just continuously publishing like high quality content, like as best quality content as you can. Give it that personal feel, that personal touch, that kind of thing. And you really want it to have that human element. So you don't want it to be totally robotic to where if somebody's reading it, they can really sense that it was written by AI. So you want to have that human element, you know, share experiences, maybe do kind of like a pros and a cons list or like a product review, you know, that type of thing. So it's really something to where you can kind of make it however you want to make it and really be as unique and as creative as you possibly can, right? This is your thing, you're creating this thing. So you definitely want, I think, continuously posting is one. Number two, you can share your blog articles maybe on social media or create on Pinterest, maybe some Pinterest pins and point to some of your articles. I like to do that. So create featured images and then that's going to point back to your blog articles. So that's just another way of free traffic that's going from a social media site and directing somebody to your blog. So that's a win-win for everybody as far as getting exposure to the blog, you know. So that's definitely a great way to, you know, I would say I've done it where I've had articles that I've kind of traced back to Pinterest. And if you create like a really engaging pin and you link your article, then not only is it coming from the direct link of your blog, maybe perhaps through Google, but also like, you know, maybe on Pinterest or Facebook, maybe somebody you shared an article and then somebody started sharing it. So, um, yeah, I mean, I really appreciate you guys being here. Definitely come along for the ride of this 30-day challenge. So it's really simple. All you got to do is subscribe and you know, make sure you hit the notification bell. It's free to join. So we're doing this challenge for the next 29 days. It's a 30-day challenge, and come along and you can learn something with us. You know, learn a new business model topic. So yesterday we talked about affiliate marketing, and today we're talking about blogging, and then tomorrow we're going to be talking about drop shipping. So um, definitely stick around, come hang out, and you know, we know you're going to have a good time with this. And it's live. You know, anything can happen when it's live, so that's cool too. So I just want to check in and see if anybody has any questions out there. Anything out there that we haven't covered or that you were wondering about? Definitely drop it in the live chat. That would be awesome. Okay, I'm just getting my notes together here. Okay. All right, guys, we got about 4 or 5 more minutes or so on the this live stream, and then we're gonna shut it down. So just let me know if you have any questions. Um, Definitely for sure, if you're not subscribed yet, you're gonna want to be a part of this challenge. So just hit that subscribe button and make sure notification bell's on so you can know when we're going live because we're gonna be going live the next 29 days straight. So you're not going to want to miss it. Tomorrow's topic is going to be drop shipping. So if you're interested in that at all, that's going to be super fun. And it definitely is going to be a good time. So definitely would love to have you hang around and check it out. So anybody have any questions out there? All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to come along for this challenge. Remember, tomorrow is June 14th, and we're going to be covering drop shipping. So if you're interested in drop shipping at all and you want to learn about it at a high level, definitely come along for the ride. And hope everybody has a great night. Be safe out there, and we will see you tomorrow for day 3, which is drop shipping.